Welcome to the Parenting Powerhouse podcast. I aim to empower moms to confidently bring peace and calm back into the home while tackling the challenges of raising a kid with ADHD and/or ASD. When we tackle challenges from the perspective of strength and positivity, we regain our authenticity and can do anything. This episode is going to focus on getting back in touch with our authentic self. My name is Tara Travell. I'm a social emotional learning specialist and a mom with ADHD, parenting a teen with ASD level 1. So, how do we know if we are not acting and behaving as our authentic selves? The first sign is honestly that initial feeling we get during an interaction with maybe another parent while talking about our kids or just talking about parenting in general with somebody else. The clue is trying to figure out, what are you feeling in that moment? Is it embarrassment that I'm feeling? Maybe ask yourself, is it shame that I'm feeling? Is it envy? Is it just I'm feeling uncomfortable and maybe awkward in the situation? These are all clues. And honestly, these are usually not our thoughts about ourselves. Believe it or not, they have actually been given to us by maybe other parents over the course of our parenting. Other professionals, family members. We've read stuff in books, seen movies, etc. Our thoughts and ideas usually stem from these comparisons, self-fulfilling prophecies, and maybe even self-sabotage. And we're going to talk a bit about this because this has happened so many times that it has now become a pattern for our brain, and our brain just kind of reacts without even asking us for permission. So now that our authentic self is kind of hidden behind these false beliefs, it is going to take some time, some really hard work, not only to dig her out, but also to change our beliefs about how amazing and wonderful she really is. So, are you ready to get started? Great, you're still here. So, I'm going to offer you some thoughts and perspective in order to guide you in a direction. But honestly, it is completely up to you to make that move, and up to you how much work you're going to or you're willing to put into yourself to make this transformation. I'm not here to just give you information. Sure, you're going to, hear tips and strategies, things to use right away, but I want to help you with your transformation. So this will become lifelong, and you're always going to be able to tap into these skills and tips and strategies. So really, one of my main goals is I want you to learn to love yourself just as I love you. And I want you to build the confidence that I know is already within you. So first, right now, I am going to get a bit wordy with psychological terms because we need to attach something concrete to our thoughts and beliefs. The first thing to recognize about ourselves is when we are in a self-fulfilling prophecy frame of mind. And I bet it happens more than you are aware of. Our self-talk and our beliefs actually drive our actions to make something happen. So that would be great if it was almost always positive. Is it? I know it really isn't for me. I had to work really hard, and I still kind of fall into that kind of negative thought. So I really have to think about it and work hard to make my thoughts positive. But really, that's what I want to do here. That is what we are doing. We are learning how to turn the negative experiences into positive experiences. Only way to do that is turn negative thoughts into positive thoughts. So I'm a volunteer mountain bike coach on my grandson's team. He's 13. He is just great on the bike, but has difficulty motivating himself, and he really lacks self-discipline. He's 13. He's on the spectrum, so he has some challenges anyway, which makes this even harder. So I try to fill in by, complimenting him, helping him get ready, whatever it is I need to do to just kind of help him stay maybe positive or enthusiastic or whatever. And believe me, it's really hard. Well, one practice evening, he was giving me a really hard time about going. He was just grumpy and just made it not fun to get ready. I had to constantly tell him, "Did you grab this? Did you grab that? Go get this. Go get that. Help me with this. Help me with that." Oh my gosh, it was just one of those nights where it was like I kind of wanted to give up, but I didn't. So I kept thinking to myself, oh my gosh, he's going to bring negative attention to himself. He's going to probably slow down the other riders and make it not fun for the people he was, doing the ride with. I'm thinking all of these thoughts going through my head the whole time and just getting frustrated with him. So I tried to talk to him on the way. So we're in the car, we're traveling to practice, and I was trying to like express my feelings and tell him that these were the things he was going to do if he didn't change his outlook. Like, okay, just trying to show him what it was going to look like. He was going to make it difficult for himself, difficult for everybody else. Well, damn if he didn't hold up the others during the trail ride. He complained and he was totally grumpy the whole time. Ugh, did I have something to do with the outcome? That's all I could think was like, did I have something to do with this? So what I figured is the next time he acted the same way, like a light bulb went off. And I was like, let's use this experience as an experiment. So I just helped him get ready. Didn't matter how grumpy he was. I tried to kind of ignore that. Just helped him get ready and made him go to practice. No questions, nothing. The whole ride to practice, the whole car ride, I didn't say a word about mountain biking. He watched his phone and offered like a little bit of small talk with me once in a while. Well, guess what? That practice went just fine. He didn't complain, and he actually said that he had fun. So that was enough for me to believe that, hey, maybe positivity has something to do with the experiences we have. And in no way is anyone perfect. And I understand that. You understand that. But shoot, I can probably usually do this 2 to 3 out of 3 times now. I'm working on doing it as often as possible. But once again, it takes a lot of work, a lot of thinking, a lot of kind of removing myself from my own feelings and emotions. And it's just a lot of work. So we're going to take a look at how to possibly look at these concepts and what kind of strategies can we build for ourselves, because everybody's going to build different strategies. I can't give you exactly what to say, what to do, what not to say, what not to do. That's going to be up to you for your particular unique situation and your person and your child. So let's look at another term. Another term that really gets in our way is, the self-sabotage. So this gets in the way of us being authentic. Self-sabotage. What does that mean? I mean, it can mean or be connected to a lot of different things, but the type of self-sabotage that I'm thinking about for this particular episode and situation is the connection between parenting and perfectionism. Think about it. If we are constantly striving for perfection in our parenting skills, then we are going to hinder our own success, right? Makes sense. We know, I know, nobody's perfect. We know that, but it doesn't stop us from trying to be like that near perfect parent who is able to handle parenting without losing it, right? So I think what we ought to do first here is define success. So think about success. And really, success is defined as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, or simply the accomplishment of one's goals. Think about that. That's it. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose, or just the accomplishment of one's goals. Okay? That's your goals. That's my goals. And that's all we need to concentrate on. And that's what defines success. So doesn't that sound so attainable? Of course it does. We have to look at this from more of an authentic point of view. Success needs to be subjective. It is ours and ours alone. No comparing. No comparing to anybody or anything else. This is probably one of the hardest things, but I did let you know earlier that it will be hard work to get in touch with your authentic self. So I suggest you start with baby steps, little baby steps. So what is a baby step? Well, set a goal, just a baby step goal, such as when your kid has an emotional outburst after school and directs it at you. This happens to so many of us. If it doesn't happen to you, then a small goal for yourself, making a connection with your kiddo, something. But if your kid has emotional outbursts after school and directs it at you, first of all, we've talked about this in a different episode, how difficult it is for kids to hold it together all day long, especially when they have challenges like ADHD or ASD. So, of course, they let it go because they trust you and they feel comfortable. They may let it out. And it's not okay to take anything out on you, but it's okay to validate this feeling because they are overwhelmed. And even though it feels like it's really directed at you, it's not. It is more just directed to a place that is going to feel safe, maybe, or okay. So, with this outburst after school, it seems like it's directed at you. The goal could be I will count to 3 before responding to this outburst, or I will count to 3 before responding to the next outburst, whatever that goal needs to be. And then once you have attained success with that goal, then move to the next step, which would be asking yourself, was that a personal attack on me? Was the intention actually to hurt me? Some kind of question like that. And when your answer is more times than not no, you have succeeded. So if we look at success as subjective and own it as our own, we will do less of the self-sabotage through trying to live up to that perfect parent, perfect in air quotes, whatever that is, because you're going to define that perfect parent probably differently than I will. And here we go again with comparing our parenting to someone or some idea other than our own, right? It happens so much more than I think we really realize. But I will tell you, there is a healthy comparison. If we compare ourselves to ourselves. So I ask you to do this. If you need to compare, if you need that to move on to the next step, then compare yourself to you yesterday or compare yourself to you last year. And that will give you a chance to reflect on your steps forward. I'm going to sign off with a quote and a couple of affirmations for you because we need to ground ourselves as well. So we can take all of this information we talked about here and in order to really get ourselves into a state of mind or believing in ourselves, we still need to do some more work on ourselves and make ourselves truly believe that we are strong and we can do this. And this is just something that will benefit us in the long run, even though, like I said, it's going to be really hard. So I have a quote by Paolo. I'm going to spell the last name Coelho. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. And the quote is, maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that really isn't you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. Pretty cool quote. I think it's pretty powerful. I'm going to say it one more time. Maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that really isn't you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. I also wanted to give you a couple of reminders that you can affirm for yourself today and every day. These affirmations you want to listen to, you can write them down, repeat them after me, either out loud or in your mind. But if you say them every day, you will learn to truly believe them. Your brain will just become patterned to believe them. So say them out loud or repeat them after me. I am thoughtful. I think kindly of myself. I say only kind things to myself. I am a wonderful person. I am an amazing mom. I am loving. I am caring. I am joyful. Great work. I'm looking forward to sharing more tips and strategies with you soon. Take care.